Hey guys, doing another quick motorcycle review for you, this time with this beautiful 1986 R80 BMW Airhead. It's a retro modern build by my friends over at Brooklyn Speed who have this bike up for sale. Personally, I own a modern Airhead, BMW R90 that I've heavily modified, but I've never ridden a classic Airhead other than around the block. So I'm really looking forward to giving this an extended test ride, letting you know what it's like to live with a classic Airhead, and hopefully you like it. All right, so tell me a little bit about your bike.
All right, here we have a 1986 BMW R80 Airhead, Bobber style, customized. We went through this whole bike and then prepared it just to be a really nice bar hopper, kind of like city driver. It can, however, get into the highways and really cause some damage. But aside from that, really, she's fully done up, minimalistic, less and more kind of a vibe.
What any special features or modifications you did to this that you particularly want to take note of?
The older style seat, the pre-war style seat, is really what brings out the whole lines of this bike. It really accentuates the rear wheel. It puts it in the center of the picture. The handlebar is a great addition. Kind of cleared out the whole dashboard and just put one simple speedometer. Again, minimalistic approach, less is more. Kind of bare bones, all blacked out. Very basic, very simple, nothing crazy. The goal of this build was really to put the mechanicals in place, really make this as reliable as possible. So we went through the top end of this bike: charging system, ignition, tires, brakes rebuilt, carbs rebuilt, new battery. We illuminated the airbox, obviously, and put this, fabbed up this battery stay for the bike. Aside from that, that's pretty much it.
All right, so I'm going to take it for a quick ride. It's my first vintage Airhead. I'm pretty stoked to take this around town.
I think you're going to love it.
All right, here we go. Interesting feel, super lightweight, but the throttle has like a really strong resistance to it. I don't necessarily hate it, but it's you know, different than what I'm used to. But that engine sounds great. Listen to that. Ooh. You know, I have an R9T, the BMW Boxer engine. It's a 2016, so fairly modern. And it's straight piped, and I'll be honest, the motor on that sounds like a trash truck, you know? I love that bike, but not necessarily, you know, a pretty sounding bike. So this, man, it's easy. Shifting is easy. Feels nice and light. You know, it's crazy to think this bike is older than me, but feels younger than me. It's well sorted. You know, horn works, turn signals works as it should, lights work. Started right up. I mean, this engine's really well tuned. It doesn't bog down when you give it a little gas. It's just super smooth idle. Brakes feel nice and firm. Nice, well-maintained brakes. All right, give it a little beans. Give it a little hard brake. Oh man, that's great. Didn't even give it full squeeze, but feels pretty darn good. Feels safe. New York City is a very aggressive place to ride. You know, you have to be on top of it at all times. And I ride every day on my bikes here, and you know, this feels safe. I'd feel safe riding this thing around. That's very cool. When we were filming the little intro on it, people were walking by and giving a thumbs up and asking about it. You know, if I didn't have 3 other bikes and 3 other cars here in New York City, I would definitely humor adding this to the garage. So whoever gets this is going to have a pretty bike to take home. All right, baby, let's go. Let's give it the beans. All right. you know, powerful enough, for sure, for an older bike. Love that pop and crackle. That's so cool. Definitely a nice visceral experience. What a great little bike. So for this being my first, I would say, vintage Boxer that I've ever ridden, it is not intimidating at all. You know, thankfully I'm a semi-experienced rider, especially here in New York City, so I'm used to being pretty vigilant, but you know, I worried about how the brakes would feel and how the you know, acceleration would feel and everything. So I always kind of wanted a vintage bike, but you know, this is great. Kind of lean into it. Feels very comfortable. Yeah, what a bike. Kind of hanging out in second gear. Getting the third. Ah, nice and smooth. It's cruising along at around 40 miles an hour in third, and it's, you know, not too vibraty or doesn't feel unstable. Actually, in fact, it feels super stable. So I'm doing a series of quick reviews, and I would love to know your guys' comments if you comment below. I want to do quick reviews of bikes that people don't normally get to ride. You know, a lot on the internet, there's all these new bike reviews, and that's cool, but nobody's really just doing quick Matt Farah type rides on rare bikes, concept bikes, one-off bikes. So that's sort of what I want to do here, is just try these rare bikes that folks don't usually get to ride every day and let you know what it's like. Oh yeah, interesting feeling, you know. The Boxer heads, you know, really stick out pretty low. My feet are right underneath it. If I recall, my BMW R90, it's not quite like that. There's a little more space. It doesn't bother me. They don't feel super hot or anything, but my feet are right underneath those heads. But I love a good wide Boxer head motorcycle. They're so cool. They look so cool and wide. See, I don't even know what that guy's doing. He just decided to go in the parking lane and just circle around. He's got to be ready for anything. It's very interesting. First gear on this bike has kind of a, I don't want to say lethargic, but it's not as zippy on first gear, which is fine. You know, I'm used to like my Pan America, my Harley. It's 150 horsepower. It's like, it's, you know, it wants to just go in first gear. You know, it's a little too touchy at times. But this, it's like very fluid. And then, you know, once you get to the higher RPMs, like a typical Boxer engine, the power sort of kicks on. You're looking for just a clean bike, a vintage bike that'll be great for cruising around town and turning heads. Gives that classic cafe racer look. Hit up to my friends over at Brooklyn Speed. They have a really great shop. They do maintenance. They actually have one of my motorcycles in to do some front fork service and some other little things that I don't have time for right now. And they're taking good care of me. And then sometimes they build vehicles and they sell them off because you know, they're skilled builders and they're good people. Which reminds me, you know, New York has an excellent community, especially for riding. Folks are generally like super welcoming of each other. You see another rider on the road, they'll wave, they'll take good care of you. I actually really love the friends I've made just from the motorcycle community. In fact, once I'm done filming here, I'm gonna go to our local weekly Two Wheel Tuesday event and go see some of my new motorcycle friends, or friends I've made in the last couple of years, and we're just gonna hang out. You know, I'm gonna drink club soda, just talk about bikes, life, and art, and you know, that's what's great about this town. So last thoughts, cool little bike, gets a lot of looks. That classic seat is super comfortable. Easy, I'm 5'8", easy to swing my leg up onto it. Yeah. Yeah. All right.